Hello and welcome. I hope you're doing good wherever you are. And today I come with an important message about narcissism. Yes, you heard it right. You know how narcissistic tendencies or narcissism plays a huge energy leaking role in your life, and how to detect it and how to break free of it, and then living after the aftermath of narcissism. Now, this topic is extremely important, so please pay attention and also like and subscribe, spread this video as much as possible so I can help more people. So, the first thing, what is narcissism? Narcissism. So, narcissistic issues or narcissism itself is actually a state of the mind of a person or a condition where there is emotional detachment of empathy or feeling about others. And then sometimes there's other definitions where you have the person being just secluded from the whole reality, or the version of reality is very different from what the actual reality is. The second is narcissism. I would say control is a big form right there. Control and manipulation, I think, is the first and foremost definition should be there for narcissism. The second thing is the some past hurts or traumas that has not been resurfaced or has been hiding in the subconscious mind, and that's the reason the person is suffering from narcissism, or he's like suffering and he's gone so far that the person does not want to admit that it is narcissism, or his behavior or her behavior is causing a lot of issues, be it workplace or social gatherings or personal relationship, especially personal relationships. It causes a lot of damage for different partners with each other. So that's your narcissism, from a different multidimensional angles it can be. But one angle which is very important is on the surface is energy leakage. And what is energy leakage essentially? So energy leakage is the narcissist trying to feed off of your energy, and that is the leakage of the energy from the person. And that actually you can tell by a few things. You feel withdrawn, you feel depressed and sad sometimes, although there can be a lot of other symptom for these condition. I'm not a medical doctor or psychiatrist, so please go to one if you need any kind of help, and I would encourage that. But the definitions over here are just essentially what my observations are. So you are whether depressed or sad, and then other thing is distortion of reality. And distortion of reality is that you believe something to be true while it is false, right? And that's where the term gaslighting really comes. And gaslighting is essentially basically making the other person believe something is not there, and then essentially pushing to the limits where the person starts thinking, hey, if I do not do some action, it's going to be a bad thing in my life. And for example, if a couple fight with each other and a man or woman says, hey, you know what, if you do not do this, I'm going to leave you, or if you do not do this, I'm just going to block your cards, or block your prestige, or we're going to get divorced or something, right? So there's a lot of issues. And in official workplace, it can be that, hey, as a superior can, hey, my direct reports, if you do not do this, then I'm going to put you on a performance review plan. Or it can be very subtle, it can be very manipulative, it can be very political sometimes. So those are the angles that it can come from. And I hope you can understand the gravity of it. It's a serious situation, because nobody deserves to be drained, and nobody deserves to be actually be treated poorly. And then the first thing you can do to get out of the situation is actually first realize that you need to love yourself, right? You need to actually get your self-image up. You basically, love yourself is a term that the people use, but it really means that you start like taking care of yourself. Start going to the gym, start going exercising, but more than that, start realizing what is being said to you, what is the reality. Reevaluate your relationships, your professional and personal. Reevaluate your scope in different kind of situations, outside the house, outside the office, or just like but by scope I mean just like the reality that you're living, and reevaluate that if you're doing something out of love, or are you doing something out of fear. So there's a lot of things, and there's a really good book. I'm gonna also add that to this video, because it's like a whole, I mean, books can be written on it, so it's not, I cannot cover that whole right now. But those are the things that you can do to start like getting a cognitive, cognition. Your cognition goes up to you actually baseline it. You realize that this is the issue that has been going on, and then what you can do about it. So there are situations where your relationship is that you are with, for example, siblings or parents or cousins, which are your family. You sometimes cannot just like break ties and run away. Your child can be a narcissist, and so or you can yourself can be a narcissist. You cannot run away from those kind of situations, right? So you have to put boundaries. So that's why there are a lot of books about boundaries, and they do a great job about explaining, but they do not like do a great job of explaining how energy manipulation, what is energy manipulation, and how that happens also with it. So that is a different topic, and I'm going to make a video on that. But yes, boundaries is another thing that you actually, hey, you know what, if I am sleeping at, like, for example, 10 p.m. and kids are playing TV, for example, loud, or instruments and music, that's that cannot be tolerated. You put like some boundaries over there, and it can be as subtle as that, hey, you know what, if this happens more, we need to actually set some healthy boundaries around it. So learn to distinguish between gaslighting and boundaries. Gaslighting is more like fearful, boundaries is more towards love, compassion, and understanding, right? So that's the thing. Those are the steps you can take, and there are a lot of resources online. Google it, and I have a book over there. But please protect your energy. And then living after, they have what they call energetic hooks, or hooks the narcissist would have in you. Just imagine like a cord that is attached to you. Essentially, this is like where people have issues letting go of a lot of these kind of situations, and they live in abusive relationship. And again, narcissistic relationship can become very abusive also. So that's very important to make sure that you actually remove those hooks. And there are again videos and ideas that are there in the books, and YouTube video like cord cutting and all those things. If you believe it, don't believe it, but it's worth a try anyways, right? I mean, like, you want to make sure that you can do anything to get out of it. So I have seen a lot of people suffer, around me, my friends and some of my family members. So that's why I'm compelled to make this video. Please comment, and please let's get this subject basically opened more, and talk more about it openly. But also do not really take and become. If a narcissist essentially wakes up and he wants to, or she wants to need help, help and resources is very important also to provide, instead of like just ruling them out completely as evil. That's also, if you can actually, if they are really willing to actually change, that also is a good thing, because there's all these pieces of puzzle and energetic hooks that can be then unchained and everything. And that's again, this is a huge subject. If you don't understand everything what I'm saying, understand from the heart, not from the mind, and read the books. Again, your tech lead with some different wisdom today, instead of pointers and arrays and NPs and GPUs. We'll get back to those topics, but these are very important because, if you want to code and all that, you need that energy, So preserve that energy, and I'll meet you again with a mind-blowing video. This 10 minutes will be the most important 10 minutes on your life. And if this is something that you want to work and you want to get ahead of life, ahead of actually a lot of the folks, and get empowered, talk to me, DM me, and we can start working together and chalk out a master plan for you. Fahad Najam here, and I wish you well. Much love.